Labeled by Vanity Fair as, quote, the poster child for millennial scamming, immediately after his tickets went on sale in February, more red flags were raised. Selling tickets without releasing the name of a single artist is an incredible business model, the top comment jokes. Will there actually be any music this time? Who is even performing? Pushed on his lack of details for the second iteration of FYRE, Billy had this to say.
Taking the risk. Is it a risk to buy a ticket to FYRE Festival 2?
I think it's always a risk. You're taking a risk because I made a lot of bad decisions and messed up the first festival. Until it's experienced, there is a risk component to it.
As you heard there at the end, even the newscasters themselves couldn't hold back from laughing. And it's easy to see why. Billy just continues to sit back and simply lie his way through every answer.
I think it's always a risk. You're taking a risk because
It's okay. It's not always a risk to buy tickets to an event because typically when you're buying tickets to the event, it's already planned. So there's a really high chance that it's going to happen.
As Charlie, aka Penguin Zeroed, agreed, typically when you buy tickets to an event, you have faith it's gonna actually happen. However, not with anything FYRE related, especially after reading Isla Mujeres' recent press release once tickets hit the internet. Due to the information circulating in the media regarding the event FYRE Festival 2, the General Directorate of Tourism of Isla Mujeres informs that no person or company has requested permits from any department for said event. But it gets worse. For us, this is an event that does not exist, a local tourism official told The Guardian. We have no knowledge of this event, nor contact with any person or company about it. Continuing on, the hotels that FYRE listed as accommodation for guests on its website, none of them had heard about the festival, despite tickets being on sale. And Impression Isla Mujeres, one of the luxury hotels on the island at which FYRE is promising accommodation, told The Guardian it had not received any approach or inquiry with regards to the event. So Billy may think his festival is all good to go this time, but as it appears, that's extremely far from the case.
But that's news to the small Mexican island of Isla Mujeres off the coast of Cancun.
Edgar Gasca, the tourism director of the island, telling The Guardian this is an event that does not exist, adding, it's very strange because any manager knows if you're going to hold an event, let alone a massive event, you need municipal authorization.
With less than 80 days until his scheduled festival kicks off, local officials are denying any knowledge of the event. This festival is not going to happen. There are red flags all over the place, Edgar Gasca adds. However, Billy and his FYRE organizers don't seem very fazed, issuing this statement themselves to The Guardian in response. We're producing a highly exclusive and sustainable experience for FYRE Festival 2 set for May 30th to June 2nd, 2025, said Lost Nights, again the producers behind the event. FYRE Festival 2 has secured top-tier private venues and hotels in partnership with our local allies, who have established communications with the corresponding authorities to ensure full compliance and flawless execution. Now, it's up to you what you want to believe, but to me, that sounds like just a bunch of big fancy words. And besides, who even is this Lost Nights company anyway? Lost Nights is the agency that will allegedly be handling production duties for FYRE Festival 2. According to their website here, Lost Nights is a premier event production powerhouse who specializes in curating and orchestrating dynamic concerts, festivals, and live entertainment spectacles. In the past, Lost Nights had almost exclusively produced events at Templo, an open-air electronic music venue in Mexico, and the company's CEO, Carlos Lopez, seen here, apparently also holds roles in a handful of local dance music festivals and concert series. Looking through their Instagram, they do appear to have experience building stages and putting on festivals. However, something interesting to point out though, is that they still have not posted once about FYRE Festival 2 on their page. And as people continue to ask unanswered questions about their involvement in the comments, they remain unseen. However, FYRE Fest 2 will no doubt be Lost Nights' biggest challenge yet, attempting to rebuild Billy McFarland and FYRE's reputation out of the mud. But if their statement to The Guardian wasn't enough to convince you to drop thousands of dollars on tickets, then came this video by Billy McScammer himself, clearly reading off a pre-written script.
First, FYRE 2 is real. Second, we have incredible partners leading the festival. They're in charge of all the logistics, productions, and operations. This includes an incredible production team in Mexico who does not F around. There is no way they would ever take on a fake festival. 3, we have accommodations. Naturally, this was a huge point of emphasis given the issues surrounding FYRE 1. Our accommodations include contracts for the number of villas, yachts, and hotels.
This very professionally filmed video statement should convince everyone that FYRE 2 will be better, one user jokes, ready for another Netflix documentary. In his handheld video, Billy states that they do in fact have contracts already in place, contrary to The Guardian's article, as well as stating that they also have talent including artists, athletes, and other performers on board for FYRE 2.
We have talent. Artists, athletes, and other performers are on board and scheduled for FYRE 2. 7. FYRE 2 is moving forward, and we are moving forward with full integrity. From now on, updates will come directly from me. I look forward to continuing to work with my great partners to bring the vision of FYRE to life and to help make right for all of the wrongs.
So the argument he's making is that updates from him directly will be the most reliable. Another comment points out, just let that sink in. I think they thought they would just announce the festival and see if it got traction, and then ask for permits halfway down the path, the local tourism official added. It's a bit of a naive way to think. A naive way to think, no doubt, but again, it's repeating the same exact mindset we saw with FYRE 1, when Billy put so much time and effort into marketing and paying A-list influencers, before making sure he could even logistically host a festival in the first place. But yet, despite his infamous scamming history, this still hasn't stopped Billy from selling tickets.
Now, this festival's only a couple of months away. Have you sold any tickets yet?
We have sold tickets. I think what makes FYRE 2 so unique are the people who do come. They're taking this risk. They're seeking the adventure. They're willing to travel.
Billy McFarland claims he has already sold tickets to FYRE 2. And the truth is, he's gonna need every penny he can get. Considering that Billy currently owes a whopping $26 million in restitution, plus another $7 million back to the IRS in taxes, he has dug himself quite the hole. But unfortunately though, FYRE Festival 2 isn't even the first scam Billy has tried to pull since his release from prison.